Good afternoon, Packers fans. Aaron Nagler here with your Packers Daily Chat, coming to you live on the Cheesehead TV social channels. It is Friday. Hope you're all set to have a great weekend wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Hope you'll join us for the watch party on Sunday. I'll need some company because Corey Banke, he's going to be swinging big time at a suite in Lambeau Field, leaving me all alone for the first half of this game. So come early and come often for the Cheesehead TV watch party Sunday afternoon as the Packers take on the Texans, or what's turning out to be the remnants of the Texans. Holy cow, you talk about a team coming into Lambeau Field very beat up. Both of their starting linebackers are out. One of their starting defensive tackles is out. They got a safety out. They got a corner out. They have a lot of issues on defense as far as dealing with injuries, shuffling people, trying to cobble together a lineup. Now, obviously, on offense, they are as advertised. They are dangerous as hell. CJ Stroud is legit one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Throwing to Stephon Diggs, Tank Dell. You got Mixon back there in the lineup. I mean, it is formidable on the offensive side of the ball for Houston. But man, on defense, this is the game the Green Bay Packers should button it up and run the football with Josh Jacobs about 20 plus times. I don't see how the Texans can stop them on the ground in this game unless they commit numbers, and then the Packers can take advantage of a, again, very beat up secondary. There's zero doubt in my mind that we're going to see a whole lot of Josh Jacobs and the Packers running game throughout this contest. We haven't really seen a game where Josh Jacobs has been fed, as it were, outside of that week 2 game against the Colts, when obviously the Packers had to turn to the running game because they were starting a backup who'd only been in the building for 20 plus days. But this is a game where I think the best thing you could possibly do for Jordan Love, especially given their considerable talent at edge, they being the Texans, run the ball, man. Run them out of this ballpark on Sunday afternoon. There's zero doubt that that offense can score points, but if you can make them one-dimensional, let the Packers get after it up front against CJ Stroud, that is a key component to this ball game. Excited to watch it play out. Excited to see all of you here on Watch Party on Sunday. Hope you'll join me as I hold down the fort for the first half on my own. Hello to everybody in the comment section. So good to see you. Before we get going, got to give a shout out to our good friends over at Prize Picks. That's right. Prize Picks is daily fantasy sports made easy. You just select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and place your entry. Quick withdrawals, easy gameplay, and an enormous selection of players and stat types are what make Prize Picks the #1 daily fantasy sports app. Go to prizepicks.com and use code CHTV. Spend $5 on lineups and get $50 instantly. You can join in the fun at the link in the description of this video. I want to show you guys my picks for the game on Sunday, starting with Jaden Reed there. Receiving yards, 58.5. That's what they're putting up there. Give me more. I think off play action, even off some of the push pass stuff in the backfield, definitely going over that. With Jordan Love, give me less. I think I've done more on pretty much every single Prize Picks I've ever done, but I'm going less than 33.5 pass attempts. I do believe they will be running the football in this game. Give me Jordan Love having to throw it, less than 30 times in this contest. CJ Stroud, he is, as I said, one of the best young quarterbacks in this game, but he is still young, and he has thrown an interception in the last 2 contests. He's thrown, I believe, 4 on the year. I believe the Packers get him, probably McKinney, but at some point, I think the Packers are going to get him in this game. Give me more than 0.5 INTs. And then finally, Dalton Schultz, who I didn't even mention as far as their offensive weapons, more than 5.5 targets. Schultz has been Stroud's second top target after Stephon Diggs. And that's obviously Nico Collins going out, so they've turned to him a bit. The Packers have coughed up a league-high 37 catches and the NFL's 5th most receiving yards to tight ends. So if there's a way that the Texans are going to try and attack this Packers defense, it's most likely with the tight end in mind. Get on it, people. Get yourself Prize Picks. Download the app. Like I said, the description of this video has the link. Use code CHTV. And if you're wondering, Aaron, is it available where I am? Look at this map. Come on now. 43 states, Washington, D.C., all over the map. And most importantly, it is available in Wisconsin. Get your Prize Picks app, get your picks in. Sunday morning before the game, I'll be doing this again. I'm going to do maybe a collaborative effort as we do another lineup. You can do you can do a bunch of lineups if you want. Pick along with me on Sunday morning. It's going to be a lot of fun. What's up, everybody in the comments section? So good to see everybody mixing it up. Starting with Soder. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. Long week, came home early, couple 2-3 cocktails into the weekend, watching Meekum waiting for my upgrade to Packer Daily. Some guy in the front row is wearing a Night Ranger tour jacket. Oh, that's amazing. I saw a Night Ranger on the Secret of My Success tour. I don't know if that's what they called it, but it was when they had the theme song from the movie, Secret of My Success. They came to Brown County Arena. They closed with Sister Christian. That was quite a moment in young Aaron Nagler's life. Good to see Night Ranger representing out there. Joe, thanks for the super chat, man. Just opened my first can of Carry the G beer. Early reviews are very positive. Now, if I only had some music to go along with it, well, you know what, Joe? You might just be in luck.
Well, we carry the G wherever we may be, so creamy and cold, and from the land of the green and gold.
That's right, Carry the G beer, the official beer of Cheesehead TV. I just love saying that. Mark, thanks for the super chat, man. Nags, what's the best Packer bar in New York City? Why did I read it in that voice? The most bestest Packers bar in New York City. It's Kettle of Fish down in the Village. There are plenty of other great spots to watch the Packers, whether it's Tom and Jerry's. The Whalen is excellent as well. But absolutely, bar none, the best Packers bar in New York City is Kettle of Fish. Get there early. If you're going on Sunday, I'm not exaggerating. Get there at 8 a.m. And that's probably still not early enough. It gets nuts. But if you get in, tell Patrick I say hi. Aaron, thanks for the super chat. Of the 22 draft class, who do you think the Packers will want to re-sign first? Tom is their priority for me. I think it's a no-brainer, Aaron. There's clearly some ball game left to go here, but I do not doubt for a moment he'll be at the top of the line, so to speak. Not only because, look, he's playing at an all-pro level, right? But he also plays a premium position. Now, you can say what you want about whoever else in that draft class, but the fact that the Packers view tackle as a premium spot should let you know, because he's playing at such a high level. Now, this is obviously assuming he continues to play at this level, which I don't see any reason to doubt that. Plenty of other options along the way after him, but I do not doubt for a moment that he's first in line. Aaron Harper, thanks for the super chat. Matt, run the damn ball Sunday. Go, Pack, go. Yeah, 100%. Said it at the top there. I think this is clearly a game where you want to lean on that running game. Now, obviously, the Texans will most likely understand the assignment and think that's probably a good chance the Packers are going to do that. Maybe they load the box early. Maybe they go heavy. They're a very nickel-heavy team in general, nickel and even dime. They play a lot of different types of defensive back kind of situational stuff, but they like that nickel set. Packers are going to have to run them out of it, and I think they can. And again, maybe the Texans do something the Packers aren't anticipating, or something that's not. It breaks tendency, and they go, heavy personnel. That's entirely possible, right? Still think you got to run the ball, though. No question. Ed, thanks for the super chat, man. Attention, Matt LaFleur, the only thing I hate more than those stupid white uniforms is losing. So please beat the freaking Texans. I think they're going to, they being the uniforms, are going to look fine on Sunday. I'm with Matt Schneidman, who I was listening to this morning when he was on with the guys from 9 to noon at 97.3 The Game. He was saying, man, people are so worked up about this. It's ridiculous. They're going to go out on the field. They're going to play a football game. They're the Packers. We're going to cheer for them. And that's all it is. Like, I understand that it's a different uniform or whatever, but like getting upset about it, I do not understand that. I'm going to be rooting for the Packers, whatever they're wearing. They could be wearing garbage bags on their heads, and I'd still be rooting for them because of the Green Bay Packers. John Simitovich, thanks for the super chat. 8 creamy and colds have arrived in Indy. Excited. There you go, brother. There you go. That's the way to head into the weekend. You got yourself a bunch ready for the game on Sunday. Now you go. Nagler, put the Garrett rumors to bed, please. We got a huge signing in McHansey already. Yeah, I saw that a couple of times today. I got tagged in some of it. Man, look, until someone reputable puts their name on that, I am even considering any of this nonsense. I know I've seen the Packers connected to Myles Garrett. I've seen Greg Newsome. Look, it's that time of year. We're getting close to the trade deadline, so everybody's going to be having ideas and throwing shit out there and seeing what sticks, blah, blah, blah. But these accounts that you've never heard of before, quote unquote, reporting that the Packers are talking to the Browns. I mean, I can't, my eyes are rolling right out of my head. And look here, look, the Packers could potentially make a trade, maybe even for a guy we've heard of before. But this fantasy football, oh, here's some really popular guys that, the Packers could potentially call about. I'm going to make up a report that they are. Man, have fun with it. Have a ball. But it is just not, I have no time for that nonsense. Soder, thanks for the super chat, man. If they had just put the G on the sleeve and the number plate on the pants, everyone would be on board with the all-white look. Oh, Soder, not everybody. You know this. There'll all be people complaining about everything all of the time. This is the internet, sir. But yes, the G on the sleeve. I am begging for a G on the sleeve. See, the Packers can't probably go back to, hey, this is the era with the G on the sleeve, because that's late 70s, early 80s. Although I do think, did they do that? I don't think they did prior to that. That was a kind of a very bad stretch for the Packers. Although, hell, they did the throwbacks to the 50s, and that was a terrible decade for the Packers, but the uniforms look dope. So I guess it'd be okay. Rob Kress, how are you, man? Thanks for checking out the stream on Facebook. MVS, I would be absolutely shocked. You could knock me over with a feather if the Packers went after MVS. Now, the Jets, maybe. But yeah, the Packers are really well situated at wide receiver. They ain't calling MVS. Steve Anthony, thank you for the super chat, man. Getting my 90-year-old dad out of the hospital on Sunday just in time to get him home to watch the game. He can even have 12 to 16 ounces of carry the G. Steve, come on. What's up, 90-year-old dad? Let's go. Oh, Steve, you just made my weekend, man. The idea of your father getting out of the hospital, getting home to watch the Packers, and man, I've been there. Not obviously myself, but with aging relatives and that wanting to get home and be comfortable in your own home thing. I mean, understand that, man. And I just absolutely love that he's going to get home and watch the Packers. And hell, if he has a carry the G, even better. That's awesome, man. Craig Brockmiller, thanks for the super chat, man. Definition of insanity: Packers East Jets take cast off from the Packers and expect the same results? Really? Why would they want to reproduce the outcome of no Super Bowl the past 14 years? Because, Craig, they have a defense. If you were online during any of Leverage Gate last summer, Jets fans would never hesitate to tell you that all they needed was Aaron Rodgers and whatever offensive cast mates he wanted to bring along, because they had a defense, which I love, because then promptly this season they have been run all over. I mean, they still have a good defense, but that week 1 game against the 49ers where the 49ers just ran at will was kind of hilarious. Do I think Jim Leonard's scheme would have differed from Hafley's? Yeah, I mean, Hafley's is based in the 4-3. Leonard comes out of that school of the Rex Ryan, Mike Pettin. Obviously, he followed them around as a pro. And that's mostly what he draws from. I will say there would be some similarity in that Hafley does have time with, and he's shown a couple of looks this year that are straight out of the Rex Ryan pressure package look on third down. Not really exotic, but some of the zone blitz stuff. Hafley's shown a few of those this year. So there would be a little crossover there, but mostly it's pretty different. They're not really similar. Rick Harris, thanks for the super chat, man. I love the green throwbacks. Random Packer, Joe Andruzzi. There you go, Andruzzi. A true classic. I believe the green throwbacks are still in the mix. I don't think there's been anything official, but I think I saw a rumor. I heard a rumor that they were going to wear them on the night of the Saints game. But we'll see. A ways to go yet. That was 1980. Love those Jersey G on the sleeve. Oh, it was such a good look. Such a good look. Got to bring that back. Got to bring that back. Why don't teams run a 5-2-4 or a 5-3-3 base D? Well, the 5-3-3 in particular. I mean, 5-2-4, you see that look sometimes. You saw the Cardinals use a five-man front quite a bit last week. But particularly a 5-3-3 is tough because, I mean, teams are going to spread you out and throw it around the yard, especially given the rules letting the offenses do so much down the field. Be hard to live in a 5-3-3. But 5-2-4 is not too crazy. Do you think the new kicker has had enough time to adjust to Lambeau Field? From what I've gathered, he hasn't even kicked in Lambeau Field yet. I think Sunday will be his first opportunity to do so, which is kind of weird. I'm going to say it. But he has been kicking in the league for like 10 years, and I think they'll just lean on his experience. He has kicked in Lambeau before, I believe, throughout, like, at some point in his career. So, yeah, but interested to see. The wind at Lambeau, and it's not like it's windy, but the wind that does kind of come up in Lambeau can be tricky, as far as swirling a little bit. You get those flags kind of maybe possibly tempting you to try and tuck it in a little bit, but then all of a sudden it pushes it out. Yeah, I'm interested to see how he handles it. Brandy. Nags, we finally have a great safety room that can get better. Only took 10 years. Yeah, I mean, the safety position has bedeviled the Green Bay Packers for quite some time. Probably basically since Nick Collins got hurt. But you love it. You love where they're at right now. The potential is there. And like you said, as well as they are playing, they are only scratching the surface. They're only starting out. That's exciting. John, thanks for the super chat. It'll either be McManus or McAnus. The choice is his. That's descriptive right there. Joe, I also saw that Anders Carlson may be kicking for the 49ers this week. I think there's a good chance he's going to be. How fun will that be if Carlson goes out there and wins a game for the 49ers against the Chiefs? I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. Daniel, has the search party found Rashawn yet? He's coming off a good game. He played well against the Cardinals. I understand he didn't get the quarterback on the ground, but, for all the hand-wringing and misgivings and, issues that we saw through the first 5 weeks, week 6, that was Rashawn Gary. He played well. And now I hope he keeps it up and we see more and more of that, and those sacks will come eventually. But, yeah, I got pretty limited issues with what we saw out of Rashawn against the Cardinals. Do I think the Packers offense would benefit more from an away playoff game indoors or / in warmer climate versus at Lambeau in the cold? I don't know, Rai. I think Matt would embrace the challenge of, I think you're not alone in questioning that, right? I think Matt would enjoy leaning into buttoning it up and running in a playoff game in a way he probably hasn't in the past. But we'll see. That's a long way to go, man. Let's get in the playoffs first before we worry about that. Eric, thank you for the super chat, man. Hope Gary sacks Stroud. Would be big for his stride. Agreed, man. Like I said, it seems like he's coming on, certainly coming off his best game of the year. And I hope he starts, getting some notches on his belt, get some production. It's been a long time since he's had a multi-sack game. and let alone just getting the guy on the ground. Nags, do you think the Packers might be living on takeaways too much and not just shutting down offenses? Don't get me wrong. I like the takeaways. Gary, I talked about this yesterday. At some point, you are who you are. And if you're taking the ball away multiple times a game for 6 weeks in a row, man, I'm like, people can talk about, oh, it's unsustainable. Fine. Maybe they go a game without it, but it's who they are. It's in their lifeblood. Clearly, this is part of, not their complete, but part of their defensive identity. I got no problems with it. And sure, would you love to see 3 and outs? Would you love to see a bunch of punts? Yeah, absolutely. But man, giving your offense better opportunities in better field position, I'm never, ever going to be worried about that. Not once. Thank you for making my daily commute that much easier. You're a gem, Nags. Rai, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for checking out the stream each and every day. Absolutely, very much appreciated. All right, everybody, I'm going to have to get going. I cannot thank you enough for hanging out, talking Packers each and every day, Monday through Friday, right here on the Cheesehead TV social channels. Please do me a monster favor. Hit like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and then tell your friends and tell your family, Cheesehead TV, we are devoted to Green Bay Packers fans worldwide. Thanks a lot, everybody. Have a great weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Go Pack, go.